What's going on, you guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the I Like That podcast. Now, today we are talking about the amazing Robin Williams, guys. All right. This is going to be a love dump, okay? Robin Williams is my favorite comedian of all time. Of all time, like dead ass. He is why I'm a comedian today. He is just overall the best comedian ever. Okay? I'm going to talk about it. I literally have a tattoo because of Robin Williams. That's how much I love this man. And we're just going to jump right into it, all right? His specials, awesome. His jokes, his timing, impeccable. Was he coked up a lot in the 80s? Yes. But still fantastic comic, okay? Who wasn't coked up in the 80s, okay? But in all seriousness, Robin Williams is my favorite comedian. The dude was just genuine. He paved like his own path. It was amazing, like genuinely. Like, and not only did this man crush it as a stand-up comedian, he has a plethora of amazing movies he's been in. Good Will Hunting, fucking Dead Poets Society, fucking Patch Adams, Mrs. Doubtfire, Flubber. Like, need I go on? Aladdin. You guys don't understand how much the movie Aladdin means to me. I love Aladdin. I've watched it billions of times. Him as the genie, amazing, dude. Amazing. Robin Williams is literally my idol. And it makes me sad because I'll never be able to see him live. I almost was going to see him when I was a kid. But then he passed away, unfortunately. And that was, honestly, not many celebrity. There's only like a handful of celebrity deaths that have actually like affected me. And that was a big one. I remember being depressed for days after he passed. Fucking, it's crazy, man. But I'm gonna make sure that all my kids see like I'm gonna put on his movies. I gotta carry on that legacy. I'm hoping that a little bit of him is in me when I'm on stage. I try my best to do him justice. I hope that I can. I don't know. It makes me really sad that I'll never be able to see that guy live. But I still try my best. I've watched every single one of his specials, every talk show host I'm one of his biggest super fans. Like, I admit that. Like, I love him, man. One of my favorite specials is I think it's one of his first, the HBO On Location special, where he comes out and he does like characters. It's almost like an improv / comedy show, like stand-up show, you know? Where he said one of his most infamous lines of you only give it one little spark of madness, and if you lose that, you're nothing. And that always like resonated with me, and I keep that close to my heart. And that's why I got it tatted on my arm. I guess that's kind of close to my heart. But truthfully, like, he's a GOAT, dude. He's literally, if you ask any like comic who's like one of the best comedians of all time, at least 80% of them say Robin Williams. I just can't express how much I love the man. Like, he was a kind soul. Dude literally would pay homeless people to come on set with him and help him. That way they had like money and work. Like, you didn't have to do all that. Are you kidding me? That's like the most coolest thing. And then it's just act. Dude, like, the fact that you can listen to a lot of his jokes now and they still be hitting hard today. Like, in his last special he did, Weapons of Self-Destruction, he has a whole bit about Joe Biden, and it literally matches to 2024 Joe Biden right now. And that was like, I think 2011, 2010, something like that. And man, he was like one of those comics that was revolutionary for comedians. Like with Mork and Mindy, like, I know what you guys are saying. You're like, how old are you? I'm 27, going to be 28 this year. And I have seen all of Mork and Mindy. This man had range. Like, he can literally do all these crazy jokes and all this shit. And then he would go and act his fucking ass off and be an amazing actor. Like, he did 1 Hour Photo, which is complete, like, whoa, doesn't even look like him. This is insane. Bicentennial Man. Like, there's just so much, man. Like, I can't, fuck it. He has such range. I don't think any comedian, like stand-up comedian, other than like maybe Eddie Murphy has, so, but even Eddie Murphy doesn't really have the super serious range, right? Like, I can't really think of a a movie where like Eddie Murphy was completely like super serious, like, but man, he paved a fucking path for comics, man. And I'm so grateful. So grateful. I love his little Hawaiian shirts he would always wear on stage. I remember when I first started doing stand-up, I tried doing it as a homage, but then I realized I just looked like a douche because I'm pretty sure a lot of comics have tried doing that. Dude would go into the crowd, like literally go into the crowd and fuck with people, improv with people. Like, it's just, it's awesome, man. It's so awesome. Like, one thing is, like, I really loved watching a lot of the documentaries about him. They were very, very sad, of course. But I love seeing, like, behind-the-scene photos and shit where he would just be completely covered in sweat and just be laying on a couch, like, exhausted, because you know he gave it his all when he was on stage. And it's like, fuck. You can't compete with that. You can't. Like, can you imagine following Robin Williams? Like, how would that have been? It's wild to think. It's super wild. He literally is my entire childhood. My entire childhood, man. He literally, I can just keep naming movies like Night at the Museum, Flubber, Aladdin, the movie Jack. Do you guys remember that one? That's a good one. Fucking Bicentennial Man, Mrs. Doubtfire, fucking Fern Gully. Oh my god, my name is Batty. The logic is a rat. Fucking, oh god, man. It's just insane, like, how much shit he's been in. So much stuff, man. Go and just look up Robin Williams movies, and you'll keep swiping, because that man's been in so much shit. And you guys are going to get this a lot on this podcast. I'm going to have episodes dedicated to certain comedians that I actually look up to and love. And I want them to get the fucking love they deserve. And he deserves it, man. He ate, slept, and breathed comedy for years and years and years and years and years and years. I can't get over it. I literally can't get over it. I just hope that a lot of comics try to keep to that element of, like, stand-up, if that makes sense. Like, even me, I'm nowhere near what he was, like, comedically. I do see a lot of comics that have traces of him, like, in my scene and stuff, that I'm like, fuck yeah, this is what we need. It's different. Everyone's trying to be this little fucking, like, edgy, like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, I'm an edgier comic. Everybody knows that. I like to do dark jokes and shit on stage. But, like, everyone kind of is trying to be this edgy, like, know-it-all guy. And then there's people like Robin Williams that were just like, I'm going to be fucking insane, and you're going to fucking love it. And we did. We did, man. And I'm a huge Disney nerd. I love Disney. We're going to do an episode about it soon. And then him being a big part of, like, the Disney culture, like with the genie and stuff like that. I'm just like, fuck, man. It's like a cherry on top. There's so many gems in Aladdin that Robin Williams has done. And one of my favorites is not even from the original Aladdin. It's from King of Thieves, and it's the this has been brought to you by sand. It's everywhere. Get used to it. Like shit like that has me cackling at my age, and I can only imagine. Man, one of my favorite movies is Hook. You guys watch Hook, where he's fucking Peter Pan, all grown up. You never thought you'd see him like that. Oh, so good. So fucking good, dude. It's probably one of my favorite movies, if I'm being serious. Like Hook by like Robin Williams. Oh man. Fuck. I just want to watch some Robin Williams movies now. I wasn't planning on doing an episode today, but like Robin Williams has been on my mind lately. He's always on my mind. So I was like, I gotta talk about him on this podcast because he is my favorite comedian. Like legitimately tattooed on me. I have all of his vinyls. I have like almost all of his movies. It's crazy. What's crazy is he even named his daughter Zelda because Zelda was his favorite game. Zelda's my favorite game. I love him. I fucking love him. Just kind soul, dude. I've never heard a bad story about him. Ever. And I hope I get remembered that way. That's all. And when I hear about like how he died, as someone who has depression, it scares you a little. Because, you know, if your idol like passed away that way, like you wonder about yourself. And I'm sure a lot of people with depression who are fans of Robin Williams thought the same thing. And I know that he was going through that. And that's like something that hurts my heart even more is how he died. And it breaks my heart to hear it. And I just miss him a lot. I feel like he would have a lot to say about what's going on right now. And fuck, it just would have been awesome to like see where he would have took it. Man. By the way, if you're an audio listener, I'm not crying. Like I said, I have allergies right now. But it is a very emotional thing to talk about. Fucking, I don't want to end it on a very, very sad note. I will say this. If you haven't watched it, go watch his old specials. Go watch the Night at the Met. Go watch his On Location, HBO On Location special. I believe there's some of them on YouTube. It's just nice to have on, and then you just see the time and how much those jokes actually still hit today. And then like you could just see a man that like genuinely loves being on fucking stage, and it's awesome, man. So please, if you guys can, go talk about that man, watch his movies. You guys probably already are. This was a very deeper episode. I know this is only episode 3, but I needed to talk about Robin Williams. I needed to talk about my fucking idol and get that out there in the world. So please, for me, check him out. But guys, that has been the 3rd episode of the I Like That podcast. If you guys like it, make sure you subscribe, like, comment some topics you want me to talk about. Also, leave in the comments your favorite Robin Williams things. Like I would love to hear any of them. Also, you guys should totally check out the set list on YouTube with Robin Williams, where he does an entirely improv set looking at like words. It's fucking great. Look that up too. But I'd love to see some of your guys' things. Like send me like clips, like funny phrases, quotes he said. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching or listening. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.